Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to accomplish these plaid nails. Make sure to like and subscribe and comments. We are going to be using some of our products today. Number 23, super vibrant red, one coat does it all. I live by that with our products. One coat and you're done. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. We will also be using our reflective red and our chrome top coats. So here I'm just doing one coat. This will be our background for our plaid. Go ahead and finish that up there and then drop it in the light for 30 seconds because we want that tacky layer for what we're going to do with this plaid. See, one coat and it's pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and use our plaid water decal. All these videos are live. I did not do any type of editing or anything, so what you see is what you get, just like if you were in the store and I was showing you a demo. I wanted to make this as live and real as possible. So now I'm going in using our reflective red, which I love. Again, one coat, even with the glitters. Super pretty. It's one of my favorites right now. Just dabbing in there, getting some color on the top. And then same thing with this one. I'm doing one coat and I'm going to slip it in our lamp for 30 seconds. Again, we need that tacky layer for what we're going to do with the water decal. So here you can see I have my big old bucket and I submerged my decal, which you're not supposed to do. Again, you're not supposed to submerge your decal. It happened, so now I'm showing you when it does happen. The ink kind of like wears off of it. Usually what you do is you just throw it in there and you wait till it curls up, then it's easier to work with. See here, I gotta keep taking it out, I gotta play with it, it's still not coming off, so now I gotta dip it back in the water. Yep, see, couldn't get it off. So went ahead, put it in there for a couple more seconds, and then I should be able to get it off. It was super wet. That's why you don't submerge it, because you don't want this to go on your nail, because you can get air bubbles, you can get lifting, and that's something that we do not want. So I was able to get it off. I'm gonna go ahead and dry it off with my paper towel. Get all the excess water off so we can go ahead and put it on. And I still used it. I still wanted to show you guys, even if you do make that mistake submerging it, it still can look cute, but it will look cuter if you just have the back end of it. So there goes our background, nice and tacky, ooh la la. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on there as straight as possible to get that plaid look. Just gonna tap around it, smooth it out, make sure there's no creases, no air bubbles. We want it as smooth as possible. And I left access on it as well. Usually what you would do is you'd measure your nail and then you would cut it as so. But you know, everyone does it differently, or you might be in a rush not realizing you didn't measure the nail, and it's okay. It's a-okay. So that's why I have access on there as well. Show you how to get it off. So you see, I'm just smoothing it out, smoothing. Looking to see if there's any air bubbles, smoothing. Checking to see if it's smooth. Now for the access, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can file it off before you put the top coat. So that's what I'm showing you here. I'm filing off the edges, and you don't want to file too much because then you're going to get like this white clear coated on there. And you know, that's something that you don't want to leave on the nail. That's why I always say to measure it first. But again, I'm doing all these videos live like I would do in the store. So this way you get this experience as if you were shopping in store with me and I were to show you a demo in store. Using my top chrome top coats. You can use our glossy top coat, which is super great for encapsulation. And this can go on natural nails as well. So it doesn't have to go on enhancement nails. It can go on natural nails as well. You see me going, just looking to make sure it's even. Yes, I'm loving it. Place it in our lap for 60 seconds. reflective glitter. I get chills. And I'm gonna go ahead and submerge it. You see it curling up. So when you see that curling up at the end, you know that it's time to take it out and place it on your nail. It should only take about 1 or 2 minutes, depending. You know, the temperature of the water should always be like room temperature. But there we go, beautiful. And go ahead and place it on a reflective nail tip. Get myself situated. And again, you're placing it as straight as possible, and you need that tacky layer for it to lay down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go through the whole process of smoothing and make sure there's no creases or air bubbles. And it's so easy to fix, and you won't mess up the gel polish on there. Again, you have to use gel polish. If you use regular polish, I can't guarantee that when you lift that water decal up to fix it, that the paint will come off. So again, just use the gel polish. We have our acetone. You could take it off through that way. That's another way if you have access. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. And then you can also use pointed scissors. They gotta be very, very thin, like our vintage ones. That's what I'm using here. Our vintage scissors, and I'm just cutting around the edge of the nail. The acetone works better on real hands because it's going to take off the excess on the side by the skin. Ooh, so pretty. This is my favorite one. I'm just smoothing it out, making sure everything looks good. Again, I'm going to use our chrome top coats to encapsulate it. You can do 1 layer if you use a lot. My bottle is scarce right now because I use it a lot. So you can go in with 2 layers. You do 1 layer, cure for 60 seconds, and then this is what we get. Yes. And I left empty space on top because I want to show you also what you can do when you have empty space like that, just in case you don't measure it correctly. Ooh, look at those. Those are so pretty. I love it. So that's the reflective one with the flash. And then look, I just bedazzled the top for the empty space.